Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Bella here from Rach and Bella Crafts. I've got something really special to show you today. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all of you that sent me some lovely comments on my last video. Really pleased with that. And I think I mentioned to you before that I was making a wedding journal, scrapbook, whatever, photo album for my granddaughter who recently got married. Here she is, my beautiful granddaughter, and her name's Lydia, and this is Aled, her husband. And so I've been very, very busy and just concentrating because there was so much to think about and consider for this album, I'm going to call this, because it's not a journal. And it's not a scrapbook, so I'm going to call it an album, and it's a wedding album. So because I like my lace and I like things to be a little bit, not fussy, but pretty, Lydia and I had to have some compromises because she likes everything, like a craft book. Not a craft book, what you call a scrapbook. And I'm not used to making scrapbooks. I've never made one other than what I made her for college. And that was hard, but she loves it. So it's not finished, but I wanted you to see how far I've got before I finish it off today and tomorrow, because she's itching to have it, to put her photographs in of the wedding. So I'm limited with space for pockets. There's a lot of juggling going on with this journal, as you'll see in a moment. She gave me these because she wanted these to go in, and these were really fun. Look at these. Let me find some. I gotta find one that's not fun. Oh, I better not. Actually, I'm looking for the one with. I don't think they'll mind. Look, you can't see. That's her pastor from her church on there. And there was they had a booth. Like some of you may know about this. I don't know about America, whether they do it there or in any other place. But you go inside this little photographic booth and they put all this dressing up things in there for you to try on and like that. And it was real fun. So it's Mr. and Mrs. Frost on there and their church name down here, so they've got to go in. So I tell you what I've made, and I'm going to do this in case I forget to show you. So I made these to go inside, and this is a Roxy creation idea that I picked up from her a few years ago, and I thought what I'd do is put them in there. Look, they may need a little bit of a trim because that one was a little bit on the small side, so I've made 3 of those, and they should go in there if you're careful. And I can get about 6 or 8 in there, I'm sure. So that's what I made for that. Now let me tell you about the paper I've used. What did I have? What did I have to start with? 1 sheet of paper that Lydia liked. I had 4 and she chose just 1. I was going to put 4 in because Rachel hasn't got a kit these colours. And Rachel was not feeling well enough to adapt anything. So I found this on Facebook. And I'm very grateful to whomever, I can't remember because it was a couple of weeks ago, that put these up as freebies. And I was able to download them and to use them. So I've got ivory paper. And I put this pattern because she loved the circles of the... I forgot what nearly had it then, it's gone now. It's not Honesty, it's the other one. Eucalyptus plant on here. And these are her colours that she had for the wedding. Her bridesmaids were this colour green, and they were gorgeous. Okay, so I had 1 sheet of paper to play with, design. All right, so what was I going to do? So I'm just going to pick these up because I'm going to tend to forget them. So I've made these, and she's a Christian, so I've had some scriptures in there. That was said at the wedding, that one. And funnily enough, I put that on her card. That was 1 Corinthians 13. You Christians will all know that one. Okay, and there they are. That's her pastor there, and they're getting married in their church. Right, so what did I do? I can put those away now. I've got to keep those safe. I don't want to lose those because they've got to go in there. She also asked me to see this bouquet here. Well, my daughter, a few days later, so you can imagine then they're not going to be pristine, are they, by then? she brought the bouquet to me. She said, Mum, do you think you could dry some of the flowers? I said, yes, of course. And so I did. So I managed to dry these. And this one was the rose, a big rose. They were too big. I couldn't dry those because they were too big. And she loves them. So they've got to be put in there somewhere, somehow. I'm loath to put them on the front of the journal here, which I know would look lovely on here like this. But I'm afraid it's all going to just break off. So if you've got any ideas, girls and boys, please let me know. But isn't that lovely? So they've pressed beautifully. So I can put those aside. I've made some little envelopes with glassine paper or vellum, but it's the thin vellum, it's not the thick vellum. So let's start. I'm waiting for my 3-in-1 glue to come because I've been gluing the small things on with this glue and the Yoo-Hoo together. This is the Nouveau Glue Deluxe Adhesive, okay? And I'm sure it'll be okay. That's not glued on yet because I don't know whether Lydia wants that on there or not. She loves this. She loves this green material that I chose to go on the spine. And I went into Cwmbran and I looked everywhere to find the colour. And I happened to come home. After coming home, I looked up and there was this material, great big roll of it, peeking out at me in a big box on top of my cupboard. So that was fabulous, and she loves it. So that's down there, and it could have stayed like that, but you know, sometimes with the glue it peeks through. I don't know whether you can see this. Yes, you can. Here, look. So I thought, what am I going to do now? So you can see I've layered these up. So there's 3 layers, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'm conscious that she may put this on a shelf, and she chose this. She loves this, so that's going to go on there. That's a lovely little bit of lace trim I've got there. Isn't she beautiful? And that's the sort of thing I've put behind there. I managed to find those. I had them in my stash, so I printed those off and I've used those because I only had one sheet of paper, didn't I? And so let's get started because I don't want to go on yabbering and you're waiting to see the inside. So that's going on there when I get the 3-in-1, okay guys? So I'm going to put that over there so you've seen that. And I'm going to move that up there a bit. I'm not sure whether the lighting is any good. I think it is. I think it's okay. So I'm going to open it up and let you see inside. So nothing is glued in yet, pocket-wise. I'm just going to show you, and at the end of this, you'll see it finished at the end of this video. That's going down here like that. You know, me and my lace over the top of the green. And that's a pocket I've made. There, look, with some ivory coloured card. And that's going on there. So she's got a pocket here. There, look. And then she'll have a pocket at the back down there. So I was thinking of doing that on the front page there. I think you can see okay. All right, and there's the paper. Look, just that one sheet of paper I've put on the cover with the green material. And this is the paper that I've used, and I've had to join all these A4 sheets of paper. And this is an idea I got from, I've forgotten who it's from now. I'm so sorry. If you know, tell me. Is it Natasha from Treasure Books? I don't know. I can't remember because it was a few days ago now that I made that. So I've made 2 of those. I'm waiting for the glue so I can glue that on there, look. All right, and there's another tuck. There's one there and there'll be one behind there. I could have left that one, but I'm afraid it's getting a little bit lumpy. So that, then I put that there. I know the colour's not right, but I wanted it in there because it says Our Father and it says the Holy Bible there for her. I could attach something on there, or I could glue that down and she's got a tuck, and then I would cover that. So that's one of those receipts, aren't they? They're receipts that I have in my stash. That is coffee paper. Might even be tea paper. I'm not sure what Rachel did. Now this, I know it looks a funny thing that I put in here, but she was married on July the 25th, I believe. I think it's either the 25th or 26th. So I found that and I put that in there. Now that one there I've made to go down there, and I've made a little, I don't know whether you can see that with my corner punch, which is here. And that's a Vassoon Creative, all right? And that goes in there like that. And that made that. So I put some lace on there. So that one's going on that page. Got some music paper on there. Now I've had to join all these sheets together, all the A4s. Now this idea was, come on, Phyllis Joseph. And I've recently had, you've seen my previous video, and I recently had a most beautiful journal from her, and this idea was in one of her signatures. I don't know whether she did it once or twice, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's going to work beautifully. So I've done eyelets in there, look, the same colour green, and I've put the ribbon in, and then I've made little, I've got to put things on the front yet, so these are not nothing's finished yet. And then I put this paper in here for her to put more photographs in, okay? That can't go in that way, unfortunately, because of the material. So I'm going to put it in that way. And it doesn't matter because you've got the lovely green there. So that's that. And that was in the middle of the signature. So I'm hiding all the string of the signature and it's all hidden. So she'll be able to put her photographs on here and on here. That's the other side of those pages I put in. And there's more coffee paper. Now that is just on paper. That's Braille. I put some of that in. And there's another pocket there. And Lydia is very, she likes to be very simplistic. She doesn't like a lot of fuss. So I've had to rein in. I've had to really rein it in. So... but she's happy with it. She loves it because she came yesterday. Might need to stick that down with some 3-in-1 today. So don't worry, I'll go through all of this and check everything is well stuck down for her so she can put her photographs in. So I hope you like this. It's taken me hours and hours and hours. I couldn't film it. It was too big a project for me to film because I was getting so nervous about it. And apologies for that. And that's one of those, like I showed you, that's got the 3 vellum pieces in for the photographs to go in. So that's going in there. So that's in the middle one. All right. And that goes in. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Phyllis. That was a brilliant idea. I know it's a bit lumpy, but it doesn't matter. I don't think she'll be writing in this, so I don't think it's going to matter too much. So that's going to... oh, and the other thing I was going to say, notice in this, if you notice, I haven't inked anything. No ink. She didn't want any ink at all. Okay? So it's not because I couldn't be bothered. It's because Lydia didn't want it. Ala did, but she didn't. So she asked me to do it. So I went with what Lydia said. That's what that says the life of Christ there. That's a Christian book there that was falling apart. Okay. And there we go. There's another one of those... receipts or letters, and I put some, it's like stockinette material down there. I can't think of the name of it now. That's going to go on there. That is loose at the moment, look, because I'm waiting for the glue to arrive. Okay, and that's, as I've told you, 1 sheet of paper, so I've had to really think outside the box with this. And try, and that's why it's so cohesive, and that's why I've chosen these plain receipts or letters, and that'll go on there like that, and then that'll go, and I did do a little cross on there, and that'll go up there like that. Okay, so it looks a bit plain at the moment because Lydia's got to put all her photographs in, so all these pages have been joined together. That's a lovely page. So she can play to her heart's content. And then we've got to decide then where we're putting those dried flowers. I'm a bit concerned about those there we are, that's another one. And that says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. And that was Lydia's choice of scripture. And there's a plain one there for her to put more photographs in with Phyllis's idea. Well done, Phyllis. And that is card theirs, because I, you know, going in and out, I thought it would need a little bit of stability. So this is going to be a chunky monkey by the time Lydia has put her photographs in. So there we are. So I hope you like her. Oh, and that was one I made, but it's too large to go in those pockets that Phyllis suggested or made. But I made this one, and that's got the vellum in there as well, so she can put something in there, and that's going to go there like so, and then that will go in there like that. And I may or may not put the bow in, but I might need to put something over there because you can see. But that's okay, because the bow, that hides it, look. So I'm not too worried about that. So I'll leave that out of there a moment while I go on to the last pages. And there she is. So I will finish her off now, and then I will do a proper flip through, or I might do it in 2 parts. I might just pop this one up, actually, and then I'm not rushing then to finish it, am I? And then maybe tomorrow I'll pop the flip through on for you to see. And there's the back there like that. So that will have a little bit of lace on it. Okay. And I've got yet to put I've got to make another one of these to go, which will be the opposite, which I've got here. So I've got to do another one of those. And that's why I've got this sheet here. So I put a bit of that and some other papers on there. But I think that's going to be lovely. So I hope you like her. And I know you've been dying to see it and waiting for me to show it. But it's been quite, you know, a big project. So forgive me for not doing it on camera. I am 76 years of age and I do get a little bit nervous. So I thought I'm just going to sit quiet. Otherwise my blood pressure is going to go all over the place. So thank you for watching. And I hope you like her. And please leave me a comment and a like, and try and boost my channel back up, because after I've done this, I've got a couple of projects in mind. I'm working on things for the retreat at the moment, which is October the 10th. And so we're working towards that. So there's a lot going on. And we've recently learned that my grandson, Lydia's brother, is the last one of Mandy's 4 children, as Mandy is my daughter. And he's getting married next year. So we're waiting for the date of that. So a lot going on, guys, a lot going on. So you take care of yourselves and keep busy and keep happy. And thank you all for watching. Bye for now.